They're good players. They know what's expected of them. They've worked hard all season. Why are they going to stop now?
We got one more game. What a fantastic game this is going to be. And for us to be in it is just quite amazing.
We got close last year and we probably got close the year before. The club's come a long way. We just want to try and move on that a little bit quicker now.
All I do know now, either Cardiff or Blackpool will be in the Prem next year, which is very exciting for both clubs, but they got to try and beat my team first.
I've said before that it's life-changing. It's life-changing to everybody.
Yes, the Championship playoff final is one of the highlights of the sporting calendar. Today, Blackpool and Cardiff went head-to-head at Wembley in a match with no second prize. For the winners, on the other hand, it would mean a trip to the land of plenty that is the Premier League. Steve and Leroy are with me tonight to discuss the outcome of a match often described as the most lucrative in world football and one that really stirs the emotions. Blackpool have tasted playoff success as recently as 2007, but this time it means so much more. Their fans descended on Wembley en masse, almost 40,000, a third of the population of Blackpool, and they were hoping to witness a fairy tale.
I believe in Holloway. He's the Messiah. We're favourite to go down. Look where we are now. Yep. 90 minutes away from the Premiership.
As for Cardiff, their last playoff victory in 2003 was against a QPR team managed by Ian Holloway. Their season has been a roller coaster marked by boardroom unrest and street protests. But that's put to one side for this one very special occasion.
It's a one-off game, but we're here to enjoy ourselves. As much as Blackpool, we're here to enjoy ourselves as well. Beautiful day, it'll be a cracking game. Let's hope we can do it. Premiership next year, hopefully.
Right, to the game itself then. Anyone who's ever seen their team win or lose a playoff final knows that it's the best way to go up and the worst way to stay down. That's an indication what Blackpool and Cardiff had to go through today. Our commentary team at a baking Wembley Stadium was Mark Bright and Simon Brotherton.
For all that the Champions League glitters, Inter Milan or Bayern Munich won't be winning the most lucrative prize in football today. One of these two will. The richest game in the history of club football, around £90 million at stake and 90 minutes to win it. Almost too many consequences surrounding an hour and a half on a football field. Blackpool's manager Ian Holloway has named an unchanged side for the sixth match in a row, captained in midfield by Charlie Adam. Keith Southern and Brett Ormerod have enjoyed previous playoff successes with Blackpool, while DJ Campbell will be out to make his mark after scoring a hat-trick in the semi-final win at Nottingham Forest. Cardiff City are unchanged too and unbeaten in their last 7 meetings with Blackpool. Anthony Gerrard's fit again, but manager Dave Jones sticks with Darcy Blake in central defence alongside Mark Hudson. Between them, Peter Whittingham with 25 and Michael Chopra with 20 have scored half of Cardiff's goals this season, and both line up today for the Wembley showpiece. Well, between them, these two clubs have been out of the top division for a combined 87 years. One of them will hit the jackpot today and return to the top table. Our referee, by the way, is Andre Mariner on what is a very hot afternoon at Wembley. Blackpool playing in the white shirts this afternoon. Mark Bright alongside me. What's going to be the key to this afternoon's outcome?
Well, just the ones the team that can hold their nerve the better. You know, it's a huge occasion. Players get very nervous regardless of how many games you've played, and it's just about settling. If you can settle and play your game, I think with Cardiff's firepower, I think they have to be favourites.
Whittingham flicking the ball forward. Blackpool with plenty of playoff experience over the years. This is the 17th match the club has played in the playoffs since they were introduced, and they've only lost 2 of those games.
You can just see there, it's the hottest day of the year here today, and you know the subs have to just try and keep the sun off their heads.
Subs will be medium rare, won't they, by the end of the first half? Well, Blackpool are a club who thrive on being seen as the underdog, and I guess that's the situation they probably are in here against Cardiff City. Peter Whittingham in possession. Looking now for Bothroyd. Chopra waits in the centre. Whittingham's chance to cross. In towards Chopra! Oh, he's hit the post! And Cardiff City very close to taking the lead with just 3 minutes played.
Excellent play here into Bothroyd, holds it up well, feeds it back to Whittingham. Look at Chopra, just in the middle of the screen, just gets in front of the defender. He thought he'd done it, didn't he? Opened the scoring. Great ball in from Whittingham. It's nice and low. Chopra's beat his man. Woodwork stops him from scoring.
Well, Chopra there, very nearly scoring his 21st goal of the season. He's rattling the angle of the post and the crossbar there, but an early fright for Blackpool. I have to say, Mark, Michael Chopra looks very, very sharp here in the opening exchanges.
Well, there's a good combination up front, isn't there? With Bothroyd and Chopra, they move off each other well, and Bothroyd plays that lead role very well. Chopra's got the pace to get in behind.
Cardiff settling down a little bit here, and now it's Chopra up against Baptiste. Oh, it's the opening goal! Michael Chopra, 8.5 minutes played. He's hit the post already, and now he's hit the back of the net. And Cardiff City draw first blood in the race to reach the Premier League.
Well, they've already had a warning. This guy's the one who rattled the post. He's in an offside position now, in Michael Chopra, and he puts his hand up here as if, I don't want it. He just waits. Now look at this. Baptiste keeps him on play, keeps him on side, and then he just takes the shot early. It's an excellent strike right inside the far post, but the defender, Baptiste's got to come over quicker. It's too easy, far too easy, but a great opening goal for Cardiff.
I have to say that even so early in the match, Michael Chopra has looked very, very threatening, full of movement, very, very lively. Almost poached a goal in the first 3 minutes, and he finds the back of the net there, and it's the perfect start for Dave Jones and for Cardiff City. Baptiste, he played Chopra onside, but only just for Cardiff City's goal.
Handball, that was.
And a handball there by Stephen McPhail, just outside the penalty area.
A good shooting opportunity here. I have to say that Cardiff are very slow to close the ball down and allowing Blackpool far too much time in and around the 18-yard box.
It really was a clear handball. The referee's made the right decision there. It's not a bad spot to have a free kick.
It's an excellent spot.
Now, Charlie Adam and Stephen Craney, the two players standing near the ball. I think it's Charlie Adam who'll take this kick.
He's got a good left foot.
18 times he's found the back of the net this season. Charlie Adam now for Blackpool. Round the wall and in! How about that? What a strike by Charlie Adam! And with 13 minutes played, we're back at square one. Blackpool are in the final again at 1-1.
Well, five of the last 6 of these championship playoffs have ended in 1-0. But you just felt that there's just goals in both of these teams here. Silly handball on the edge of the box, but there's still plenty to do. As we said, Charlie Adams got a lovely left foot, and there's nothing at all that Marsh can do about that. It's a superb free kick. You just wonder whether everyone could have jumped in the wall, maybe deflect it over. But when you talk about top corner, that's it. Right, I think Cardiff are going to have to make a change, you know. If they could have held on to that lead a little bit longer, maybe they'd given Bothroyd a chance, but I just don't think he can continue. Yeah, here we go.
It's interesting, isn't it, Mark? Just a couple of minutes ago, it was all going swimmingly for Cardiff. Suddenly the pendulum swings the other way a little bit. They've conceded a goal. They've lost that early initiative that they worked hard to get, and they're losing one of their main strikers as well. Yeah,
well, Kevin, the two who have come on, and this is a great shame for Jay Bothroyd, because, you know, he's worked hard to get his career back on track. And you can just see by his body language, his shoulders, he's all slumped, he's looking at the ground. He came into the game with a knock, and, you know, he just hasn't paid off.
You see here, Mark, can't you, that Charlie Adam directs a lot of Blackpool's play.
Well, just look at, they've got great width, haven't they? Because they've got the 3 boys up front, they can split the defence. We can hear my murmurs from the Cardiff crowd behind us, they're not happy.
Here's Vaughan for Blackpool, letting fly.
Long way out, but worth a go. Throw there from Vaughan, David Vaughan just coming in off the side. Look at this, opens up for him, keep going. Now there's a chance of a shot, he's in the middle of the goal. Oh dear.
Warm enough for you, Mark? Here's a two-hoop. Now Whittingham, Chopra making tracks into the penalty area. Oh, it's a brilliant ball! And Chopra with a difficult chance, but if he caught that right, he could have had
Well,
back of the net being lifted out of the ground.
Absolutely, look at this, just makes a run once again. Baptista's just playing him onside, and Craney comes round. I think he just sent him at the last minute, and he just has a snatch. Look, Baptista never looks at the player once. He's always looking at the ball. Now he's looking at the player, and he can't do anything about it. That's a very good opportunity for Chopra, very good. Eye on the ball, scuff.
Now a chance on the break here for Kelvin Ituhu and Michael Chopra. Racing forward is Whittingham. Oh, the pass is pretty good. It's away from Baptiste. Whittingham forced further wide than he would have liked. Chopra now. Joe Ledley, lovely return. Chopra for Cardiff.
It's a goal.
Shout for handball there by Cardiff City's players, but Andre Mariner not interested. It's gone for a corner.
Well, I thought the last touch come off Michael Chopra, but Chopra does ever so well. Here we go, starts the move. Sorry, there he is. A quick 1-2, and I think this is a double hit. I think it hits Chopra and goes out.
I think it clearly strikes the Blackpool defender on the arm here. You watch this.
Are you saying that's a penalty?
No, but I'm saying it struck him on the arm. Cardiff City momentarily down to 10 players here. McNaughton.
Well, McNaughton, we haven't even mentioned his name, and he usually likes to get forward.
Lovely little touch there from Joe Ledley, who takes the return. This is a great chance, and Cardiff City score! And for the second time this afternoon, Cardiff have the lead, and it's Joe Ledley this time.
Well, I was criticising him a few moments ago, saying he hasn't been in the game, he's not doing enough, he needs to get involved. And it's just a great combination. I mean, Michael Chopra starts the whole move off with a throw-in. But you know, Norton's little chip through there, and then this is a quick one too. Now somebody surely has to go with the runner. And then once the goalkeeper overcommits himself, I think it leaves too much of the goal open. There you go, too much of the goal, I think. Leaves the far side. It's in the back of the net. Great running from midfield. Go beyond the front men. Good left foot. Look at that, too much of the goal.
Well, Blackpool have been on the front foot for quite some time here in this match, but what a counter punch there from Cardiff City.
And a huge goal, and that won't be the last goal. That will not be the last goal. You'll see this is, you have to say, against the run of play. Blackpool, since they pulled the goal back to 1-1, have dominated the play.
Seamus Coleman making tracks over on the far side. Here he is. Taylor Fletcher wants it played short, but it's back to Adam once again. Now Keith Southern. A little layoff leading to the shot. Oh, and the Blackpool hit the post, and Ormerod comes in on the follow-up and can't turn it home. And Cardiff City very nearly concede an equaliser for the second time in the game.
Well, just great creative play here. Like a really lazy looping shot, and then Ormerod's onto it like a flash. I think it's Mark Kennedy who gets the last touch. Goalkeeper's beaten there.
Marshall coming out and not gathering the ball. DJ Campbell with an attempt, and Everett there, and it's in! And Taylor Fletcher scores, and Blackpool are level once more. What a final we've got here!
Just fans behind us are going absolutely mad. And you just got to say, Marshall comes and gets nowhere near it. If you're a goalkeeper, you must make some contact with this. In swinging corner, everything's on the keeper. Comes, he's not near it. Once that ball drops, he gets lucky here. But this is a great bit of acrobatic play. And Taylor Fletcher just right on the money here. Follow the ball in, knocked down. There you go, good reaction, brave as well, feet were coming up. Back on 2-2.
Well, Gary Taylor Fletcher scored a big goal for Huddersfield at Chelsea 4 years ago in the FA Cup third round. It brought them level at Stamford Bridge for a while, and he scored an important goal here to bring Blackpool level against Cardiff in this Championship playoff final.
Well, this is a simple reminder of me of Charlton and Sunderland. You know, when we played in the old Wembley, and just
Mark, that was the playoff final to end all playoff finals, wasn't it? The game which you played in.
This smacks of it. It's a very open game. You know, both defences are at fault at times and too deep and too stretched. You know, and there's a lot of creative play going on, and you just feel there's more goals in this game.
Craney. Blackpool going to give us a grandstand finish to this first half. The 45 minutes are up, and we're having 2 minutes of added time here. This is Seamus Coleman for Blackpool. DJ Campbell holding the ball up well, still going. DJ Campbell slipping at the vital moment. Ormerod's there! What a finish to the first half! Brett Ormerod Ormerod for Blackpool. Well, Ormerod scored the 4th goal in their 4-2 win over Orient in the playoff final in League 2 9 years ago, and he strikes again now. It's Blackpool's 3rd of the afternoon, and for the first time today, Blackpool lead the way.
Well, this is just incredible, it really is. Good play from DJ Campbell here. He gets a little bit unlucky, DJ Campbell, he slips, but then so does the defender, and Ormerod comes in, very Steve Claridge-esque, and just pokes it in the back of the net. You just said, are we going to get a grandstand finish? Yes is the answer. 5 goals in 1 half, it's unbelievable.
Well, what an extraordinary first half we've had here at Wembley in this playoff final. 1 or 2 great games over the years to earn the right to play in the Premier League the following season, but so far this match has been right up there.
Oh, without question, and I can say with a lot of confidence, that is not the last goal either. I mean, at times it's just been a catalogue of errors with the defending. And, you know, I mean, there's certain clubs who usually have their stats guys who edit little things onto DVDs, you know, little sections of the game for half-time for you to watch, but they won't have time.
Without being overly critical, both teams look less than watertight at the back, I think it's fair to say.
But, you know, it just makes for a great afternoon's entertainment.
Peter Whittingham then with this free kick for Cardiff City. Last few seconds of added time at the end of the first half, and there's a chance and the flag goes up, it won't count. The flag goes up on the near side, it will not count, and Cardiff are denied an equaliser right on the stroke of half-time.
Well, huge sighs of relief.
Darcy Blake.
Everybody drops here. I think it's now. It's a very good decision from the assistant, because it is. I think he is offside. The assistant's right in line with him as well. He just over-anticipates. He just gets ahead of play. But at least he's gambling. At least he's trying to get forward. There's the touch. If that comes off the defender, then he's onside.
And that, if it had been a goal, would have been entirely in keeping with the way the rest of this first half has played out. As Andre Mariner blows the half-time whistle, and I think everybody here has had more than their money's worth. Brett Ormerod's goal separates the two sides at half-time, but what a first half we've had. Baptiste, just over the head of Brett Ormerod. Marshall quick to get rid of the ball, an urgency about Cardiff, which is understandable here. So much at stake, really. Their success on the field hasn't really been matched by financial success off it.
No,
I should say. Etuhu away from Baptiste, but it's too long for Michael Chopra. Cardiff unbeaten in their last 7 meetings with Blackpool, but they've got some work to do here in the second 45 minutes. Chris Burke here now for Cardiff City. Gets away from Baptiste, flag stays down, Chopra with a chance, and he hits the woodwork for the 2nd time in the game.
There's a suspicion of offside there. But Michael Chopra, he's in the centre of the screen now. Good play there from Burke, just managed to get hold of it. Oh, it's clearly onside. Out of his feet, it's a good opportunity. Good shooting opportunity. He scored from further out with his first goal. And, well, what can you say?
The good folk of South Wales trying to cheer their team on to greater heights, but they've got defending to do here. David Vaughan, the Welshman, back to Adam with the shot.
Well, good play again from Alder. Just find the spare man, just come inside, and that's teed up nicely. And it's a little bit with more the side foot as opposed to the laces. I just think that's going to have to be some shot from the side foot from there.
Both clubs have done really well over the last decade. They both made it out of the Football League's bottom tier in 2001. It just took Blackpool a little longer to make it into the Championship than Cardiff. Here comes Chopra, though, trying to fire his team out of the Championship into the Premier League. Corner.
Yeah, done well, Chopra. Well, you just have to say he's just pushed away from the goal from Everett there a little bit. He wanted to try and get a strike in. As we see McCormack coming on, getting involved straight away. Coming short and then feeding the ball into his fellow partner.
Hudson there, the captain, up for this one. And Darcy Blake as well, both central defenders. Right in the thick of things. Oh, and it's just inches wide. So close to what would have been a second goal of the day for Joe Ledley.
Well, he does everything right. Watch, he gets in front of the goalkeeper, loses his man, and I think he just maybe gets a little side to the goalkeeper out of it, his left eye. But he doesn't look like he's stretching to head that into the back of the net. He just looks like he's touching it.
Keith Southern now for Blackpool. Southern letting fly. And it stays at 3-2.
Good play from the midfielder. I like it when they break forward off the front man. There, look, takes a chance, picks it up, lovely, just comes inside. And this one here, you really have to work hard at not hitting that over. You can see he's slightly stretching. I think, does that go 3 up front from Dave Jones? Just
certainly looks that
to
way.
Chopra, to cut McCormack come in. 3. He's going to match up Blackpool and go 4-3-3.
With a Tuhu, Chopra and McCormack.
Yes.
Southern challenged. McPhail stays down. But here come Cardiff. Chopra's ball finds Peter Whittingham. Now it's a Tuhu. Chance for a shot. Saved by Jilks. Corner.
Good play. Very good play from Cardiff.
Jilks making the save from the shot from Kelvin Atuhu. Just pushing the ball round the post for a corner kick. Whittingham with the corner. Ledley was in the right place there, but the ball was intercepted just before it met his forehead. McCormack on as a substitute, looking to make an immediate impact. He's away from Coleman. No power, no direction. And this time 2 years ago, Ian Holloway was reeling after being relegated with Leicester City. He spent a year out of the game before Blackpool came calling. And here he is now. Cardiff aiming to become the first Welsh team to play in the top division in English football for around 27 years, I think it is. Swansea City, relegated in 1983 as Stephen Craney blocks off Michael Chopra into the box.
I don't think Michael Chopra would have got to the ball, but I think Craney just makes sure he doesn't. Just comes into play here. There you go, little shoulder.
Can Cardiff rouse themselves for a grand finale here? Quarter of an hour to go. Blackpool, 15 minutes from the promised land. McPhail finding McCormack. He's got support on this near side. Kennedy's ball in. Has just agonisingly dropped wide of the post, and Blackpool were within a hair's breadth of conceding an equaliser there.
Well, Gilks is furious, and I think he's got a case here. I think it's Michael Chopra just jumps into him and just uses his body and doesn't allow the goalkeeper to catch the ball. And what he's doing is impeding him.
Here comes the corner. And it's out of play.
Needs to keep that in. Needs to keep that in.
Crafted ball there in towards Joe Ledley. Bit of pressure here from Cardiff. McCormack, and it's wide.
I think he took a deflection, but no. Too deep on this cross here, too deep Blackpool, and the header can't go too far. McCormack picks it up. Doesn't really open up for him, but he's having a go.
Tower power on the back of those T-shirts. Blackpool are 10 minutes away from the Premier League, but here come Cardiff City. The pressure's really on here as they back off. And that looked like a great opportunity for a shot.
I think a square pass to Chopra there that opens it right up. It was really good play though. Just comes inside, and if he just squares it right in the middle of your screen, look at that, Chopra's begging for the ball.
Ian Holloway lost out to Dave Jones in a playoff final in 2003 with Queen's Park Rangers against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Is he going to turn the tables in 2010? 3 minutes to go. Burgess going down, looking for a free kick. Referee
Well,
allowing the match to go on.
Must be a foul.
Whittingham, 25 goals he scored this season. We haven't seen him in front of goal really today. Oh, Chopra with the slip. Could be a chance here for Gerrard. Craney gets goal side, and Craney gets the ball away. Well, that was a worrying moment there from Blackpool's point of view as Dobby feeds it away towards Adam on that far side. DJ Campbell.
Go forward.
Four minutes of added time.
Oh, big cheer goes up from the left-hand side from the Cardiff supporters. But to our right, there's hands on heads of 4 minutes.
The clock ticks. Blackpool are almost there, tantalisingly close, but they're not over the finishing line. They're not home and hosed. Kennedy, McPhail. Can Cardiff fashion a goal-scoring chance here in added time? Peter Whittingham's ball in, and the header forces a comfortable save from Joe Ledley.
It must be so frustrating for Dave Jones. I mean, he's done it before with Wolves, and you know they've produced some good football this year.
Playing 4 minutes of added time. We're into the last 2 minutes of those 4 now. The tension inside the stadium here really is quite something.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it because...
Away by Bannon, who does get a touch. DJ Campbell. This is just what Blackpool needed. It's a long old chase for the tired legs of Keith Southern. He won't get there before McCormack. Marshall could be in a spot of bother here. Couldn't get rid of the ball.
Well, I don't know if he needed the touch. I just think there's a bit of confidence drain from him from, you know, missing the cross and one going through the legs.
Blackpool are 1 minute away from the Premier League, and their supporters are starting to believe now. The sand has almost run through the timer for Dave Jones and Cardiff City here. I bet Blackpool fans could hardly believe it. Dobby tries a shot. Bannon goes up for the header. It's away by Craney. Burgess will chase. Burgess could have a chance here to finish Cardiff off. Marshall with a good save. Great stop.
Well, maybe that would have been cruel, but Burgess's touch was just too long. I mean, we've had the romance of Hull getting there, Burnley getting there, Barnsley getting to the Premier League. Are we going to see Blackpool now?
Will there be one last chance for Cardiff City here in the last few seconds of added time? Ledley gets it caught between his feet. Coleman gets the ball clear. It's McPhail. A little look at the watch from the referee. Cardiff trying desperately to get it into the penalty area. It's off Coleman. Cardiff with the throw. Kennedy takes it. Whittingham needs to make this a good cross. The header comes in. And I reckon that's more or less going to be it now.
Well,
when the ball is cleared by the goalkeeper, there goes the final whistle, and amazingly, the Tangerine dream becomes reality. I can hardly believe it. Blackpool are in the Premier League for the first time in 39 years. Blackpool will play in the top division of English football. It's one of the most unlikely stories in the English game in recent years, but who can say that Ian Holloway and his team don't deserve it?
Unbelievable, cannot believe it. What a side this team is, never know when it's beaten them. Full credit to Cardiff, had to be a loser on the day, but our lads were absolutely awesome.
You know, look at these boys, behind twice, behind last 4 games we've been behind, and we've come back every single game. Our spirit, our character is second to none. I'll tell you what, all of these deserve everything they get because they're absolutely magnificent.
The big prize is the place in the Premier League and the money that comes with it. The future of Blackpool, provided they spend it wisely, is guaranteed here now. In the meantime, they can celebrate with silverware. It's Blackpool's day. They're back in the big time. Blackpool, winners of the Championship playoff final for 2010, into the top division for the first time since 1971. There's the man who scored the goal that won the game, Brett Ormerod. And finally, last but by no means least, the architect of Blackpool's success, the most popular man on the Golden Mile, Ian Holloway. And at the third time of asking in his career, Ian Holloway wins promotion via the playoffs.
I don't know what to say. It's been a team, it's been a season. The gaffer, everyone involved. I don't know what to say, honestly. It's surreal. Can I please go and celebrate before we miss it?
You deserve to. I'll speak to you later.
And look at this, 37,500 people, wherever they come from, but we deserve it, and never write the underdogs off, as they say.
I'm trying to imagine the disappointment you must be feeling now.
Listen, I've been in finals before and I've won them and I've lost them, and I know which is the nicer feeling. So, you just have got to take it on the chin and you've got to bounce back. Well done to Blackpool, well done to Ollie. Doesn't matter whether you think you were hard done by or you wasn't hard done by. They've got there, and you've just got to take it now and rebuild and start again.
All I'd like to say is what a fantastic game of football, and I don't care how much the tickets cost, but I'd have bought one to watch two teams trying to play like that. I'm sick and fed up of teams getting behind the ball and trying to defend things and boring 1-0 wins, and I've never been so excited watching a game of football in my life. I'm obviously delighted it's come out my way, but Cardiff's effort on our goal deserved better, but what can I say? Maybe it was my time today.
At the moment it's just hard for everybody. Everyone's going to be disappointed. It is an emotional game, and you've got to make decisions that are clear and precise rather than on emotions, and we'll do that.
I want them to have a chance to play where I managed to play, which is in the Premier League, with a way of passing the ball. And even on a hot day, we did it first half, couldn't do it the second half, we lost our focus, but you have to give Cardiff credit. But what a fantastic day for anybody who's even dreamed of liking tangerine.
Well, commiserations to Cardiff, but what can you say? It's been a sensational season for Blackpool, and to top it off, victory at Wembley earlier this afternoon. Steve, you were there to see it all. Blackpool were well worth the victory, weren't they?
Well, they probably dominated the game for longer periods than Cardiff. There's no doubt about that. I've got to say, I watched the first half, and I'm thinking, this is sort of like almost Sunday League football. I thought they were going to take the posts away and put jumpers down at half-time, because it was absolutely ridiculous. It was fantastic. What I loved about it was that he promised us that they would stick to their principles, they wouldn't compromise the way they played. That's exactly what they did. They didn't freeze, they stuck to what they're good at. And I think, just a quick giveaway, the interviews after the game, the two players, all they couldn't do, they couldn't stop mentioning their teammates.
No.
And I think that really emphasises and epitomises exactly what was great about them today.
Leroy, what did you think? I mean, it was a terrific afternoon, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, particularly for Blackpool fans.
It's absolutely amazing. You've got to remember, this is a club on limited resources with a great history. And what I just kept thinking about was these Ollie and his players are just added to that history in abundance, and they're going to go down in history. No, it doesn't matter what happens from now. It really doesn't matter. They've had a great day. The fans have had a day they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And Ian Holloway and his players have been an absolute credit.
I mean, you've got to give Blackpool credit on a number of fronts, and something that they've done the last 4 games is come back from behind, and they never let their heads drop, did they? Particularly after going back, behind twice on this occasion.
Well, they've got a belief about them, that they believe in the way they're playing. Here they get, McPhail, it hits his hand. Maybe unfortunate, but it's handball. But he's still got a hell of a lot to do, Charlie Adams. And wow, that was just incredible. To be 1-0 down and produce something like that was absolutely outstanding.
People talk about where the keeper's positioning, but he positions himself right. Can't do anything about it. This is just quantity over quality. We've got so many players: first phase, second phase, third phase. Whatever happens, wherever this ball bounces, whatever happens, wherever it rebounds, we're going to have somebody in.
It's a brave header as well.
It is. Well, mind you, to be fair, if there's a goal on the end of it, it's not as hard as you might think.
Wembley.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is just poor defending on Cardiff's part. Not one of them. There's 3 chances to get a tackle in. Not one of them really does go for it. And then Mark Kennedy slips at the end.
3 people go to ground. 3 people go to ground. If you're going to,
could that be the Wembley pitch losing their footing?
No, I don't think so. I think it played quite well. It certainly played well today. You wouldn't make that an excuse today.
Yeah, I mean, Cardiff couldn't have wished for a better start. I mean, they went ahead after 9 minutes, but very little went their way after that.
Yeah, I mean, in the scheme of things, although we both agree that probably Blackpool deserved to win, you do need a little bit of luck every now and again to see it through. And certainly Cardiff, right from, I think it was after 3 minutes, I noticed that Bothroyd was struggling. Now, whatever we say about Bothroyd, he's a massive, integral part of the way that Cardiff plays. You've got the big man, little man, scenario up front. And basically, he plays. It allows Chopra to play off the last man. We see here, it hits the post, and it was almost like deja vu from last week, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, Chopra, he led the line by himself. This is the first chance he had. He get unfortunate to hit the post, but he was absolutely outstanding throughout the game. And he was their main threat. So certainly when Boythroyd went off, here, he gets a chance, one touch, and he hits it. It's a terrific strike. Hits the corner of the post, could easily have gone in, and that was the sort of day that Cardiff had.
Yeah, there'll be one or two. I wonder, a two who came on. Maybe why didn't McCormack come on? Who is an out centre forward. Just a couple of things that went into
this could have gone anywhere.
Could have gone anywhere. I mean, you look at the keeper and the angle in which he touches the ball should have brought it towards the goal, but it didn't. So that little bit of luck, they didn't quite go there.
Interesting point you made earlier, Leroy. Jay Bothroyd, he's carried this calf injury all week, and as it came to happen that he had to go off with a calf injury after 3 or 4 minutes he sustained it. And you talked about there not being a plan B in charge for Cardiff.
Well, not that there wasn't a plan B. I was surprised what the plan B was. The two who came on, and every time I've seen him come on, he's come on the right, and Whittingham has got 25 goals this season. He's looked quite comfortable playing off the front man, and I thought that would be the natural change, or McCormack coming on. And it didn't happen. And the two who looked out of place, in all honesty, up front. And as I said, Chopra led the line on his own. And to be fair to the lad, I haven't seen him play there, and it was a surprise to him to come on.
Now, this summer, we hopefully might be treated to some marauding fullbacks at the World Cup from Brazil. But you think Blackpool have kind of almost got their template from there?
Well, I mean, it was incredible. I mean, the way that they pushed the forwards. Basically, Charlie Adam was picking the ball up deep. He was coming off, the two midfielders in front of him were pushing on. He was able to get the ball. And then Craney and Coleman just released themselves at every opportunity. All right, they've got done for the 2 goals down the sides of probably where the fullback should be. But having said that, it was just a perfect. These are perfect examples of Blackpool will score more goals than the opposition. That's the way we play.
And it's really interesting because the 3 front men never ran towards the corner, so they kept the back four occupied at all times, which meant they had a spare man. This is Seamus Coleman getting forward on the right hand side. And to be honest, he threatened the back of that back four at every opportunity. And you see here, even when it comes out, he doesn't run back like a lot of right backs do. He stays in there. And he gets a secondary opportunity to get the ball in the box. Again, he doesn't get it right, but he was a real threat.
And let's talk about Cardiff. Time to reflect, but they can't afford to dwell on this for too long now, can they?
No, I mean, let's be honest, they are used to disappointment. Year before last, they've been beaten in the FA Cup final. Last year, they lose out by a single goal to a side that have just beaten them 6-2. So they are used to picking themselves up. And I think, to be fair, Dave Jones never got too excited before the game, and he's not got too despondent afterwards. He's a very, very experienced manager. He'll take the good with the smooth, and I think they'll move on, and they'll get stronger now.
Yeah. Big summer ahead for them. Right, before we go, a quick reminder, we're back next Saturday night for the best of the League One playoff final at 11:35 on BBC One. Right, fellas, good to see both of you. Steve, Leroy, thanks for your company as always. Well, if you were one of the brave few who whispered it at the start of the season, the chances were you were probably laughed at. But it's the Tangerine fans and Ian Holloway who are having the last laugh, because against all the odds, Blackpool will be in the Premier League next season. From all of us, good night.